Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you are having a fantastic afternoon. If you missed it a little bit earlier today, I did share my in-depth review of Bath & Body Works Winter. If you are interested in my thoughts on that particular fragrance, definitely check out the description box right below this video here. I'll go ahead and link it. It is a fragrance, honestly, that I ignored for a very long time. But it came so highly recommended by so many of you that I finally decided to try it. And honestly, I'm really glad that I did. So anyway, in this video, however, we're going to dive into another new fragrance, at least new to me, from Bath & Body Works. This is Cranberry and Pomegranate. And I've really been enjoying this one and kind of a little tiny bit regretting that I didn't pick up a second one during Candle Day when I purchased this one. So be sure to leave your thoughts regarding this fragrance in the comments down below. I feel like the reviews that I read through on the Bath & Body Works website are kind of universal in terms of I feel like everybody loves this one, so definitely add me to the list there. Before we get into it, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button right below the video here. That way all of my future home fragrance related content will pop up in your subscription feed. All right, let's go ahead and dig into this fragrance here. I'm gonna go ahead and read through the listed fragrance notes. I will tell you what my nose smells. We'll talk about the strength and the throw, and then discuss any burn issues. So wicks, dudding out, sooting, wax becoming discolored, that kind of stuff. All right, so the fragrance notes for this one read sugared cranberry, juicy pomegranate, and crisp red apple. Honestly, I smell all three of these fragrance notes in essentially equal parts. What's so interesting, however, to me regarding this fragrance is that it's not overly sweet. So the cranberry note that's listed here is listed as sugared cranberry. I do think that there is a beautiful tart cranberry note in here, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it sugared. I don't think the cranberry is overly sweet. I actually like the tartness that this particular fragrance has. It's almost like I would have listed the cranberry as tart cranberry instead of sugared cranberry. The pomegranate, however, is perfect. I love this pomegranate. Again, it's not overly sweet. It really smells like you cut into a fresh, beautifully perfect pomegranate. You get that little, again, a little bit of tartness, but a little bit of that natural sweetness. It's so good. It really smells, if you've never actually had a pomegranate, but maybe you've tried pomegranate juice, especially the pomegranate juice, I feel like that is what I'm smelling here. It's like I'm sticking my nose into a bottle of the pomegranate juice. It's really well done. I like it. And I actually don't like that. I do like that this is not overly sweet. There really is a little bit more of a tartness to this one that again is kind of rocking my world. Now the apple note here. Okay, this is definitely a juicy, crisp apple note. I would probably say that it's along the lines of like a Fuji or maybe like a Gala apple. Definitely a little bit of sweetness with the apple, but it's not one of those overly sweet apples like Macintosh or Honeycrisp per se, but a really lovely apple note nonetheless, really authentic. Honestly, all three of these notes I think are very authentic smelling. I think they actually blend really well with each other. And I really feel like they are added in like equal parts in the fragrance here. I don't smell anything outside of that cranberry, that pomegranate, and that apple. It's not like there's some secret fragrance note floating in the background. Very straightforward, very kind of simple, but unique. And again, a little bit different from a lot of the like sweeter holiday fragrances that we tend to get in the fruity or gourmand world when it comes to holiday scents. And I think that's what is kind of appealing to me about this one right now, is that I feel like I've been burning a lot of sweet fragrances lately. And do not get me wrong, I love a sweet fragrance. I love sweet fruity scents. I love sweet gourmands. But this one just brings a little something different that it's almost like a palate cleanser. Like it's a nice change of pace, and I really love this fragrance. This is perfect. And again, I definitely regret not grabbing another one. In terms of strength and throw, I will say I do wish this would have a little bit more oomph to it in terms of both of those aspects. I would put the strength at waffling somewhere between like a 6 and a 7 on average. The same for the throw. It absolutely fills the room where I place the candle. It does start to travel outside of that area, but it doesn't fill the bulk of the downstairs of my house. So I actually think that winter was a little bit better of a performer in terms of strength and throw, but I don't hate that this isn't a super powerhouse either. It's been kind of a nice fragrance, honestly, to blend with some of my holiday tree fragrances, especially from Kringle. I really like this alongside Christmas Stroll. I also think this is a great fragrance alongside Christmas as well. So if you have either of those two fragrances from Kringle, I would highly recommend pairing this one with either of those or both of them. Just a really lovely combination of that classic holiday tree fragrance. And then you've got those other kind of fruity holiday notes as well from the cranberry, the pomegranate, and that touch of apple in there. You guys, I like the scent, and honestly, the burn quality has been pretty good. So I was really excited about this one when I opened it up in store because I saw that it didn't have the tree stump wicks. The fragrances that I tend to gravitate towards from Bath & Body Works really tend to have these thick, rope-like, or what I call tree stump type wicks. They're very thick, and what they tend to do is just dud out on me after the halfway point. They either completely disappear into the wax and I get that puny wick syndrome, or they start dropping a bunch of carbon residue in the wax, which then alters the fragrance, and then I just, I'm left with something that I don't love for the second half of the candle, even if I am able to actually finish burning it. So the wicks here, however, I believe they are the zinc core type wicks. There's like a little bit of a dark center to them. They are thinner, and oh my gosh, you guys, these are definitely so much better wicks for me. I do have to trim them between each burn, and also I have noticed that I can't really burn these candles with these types of wicks for longer than say 3-4 hours. Now, typically I will tend to hold back a little bit in terms of burn time with Bath & Body Works candles just to try to avoid issues. But this one for sure, I noticed that if I go beyond like 3.5-4 hours, like right after the 4-hour mark, I noticed that the flames start to get a little too tall. It's almost like the wicks get too long. They also tend to want to lean a little bit, and there is just a little tiny bit of smoke that I see coming off of them. It's not like a crazy soot type smoke, but you see like little tiny puffs coming up. So all that being said, I'm still really loving this candle. I definitely am enjoying the performance outside of the wicks becoming long very quickly, and this one burning, I would say, quite hot. Like, I don't really have any complaints here. I anticipate being able to actually finish this candle, meaning I don't think I'm gonna have to pop it into one of my candle crocks. I think I'm gonna be able to finish this one. So I'm gonna give you guys an overhead shot here really quickly so that you can see how things have been going to the halfway point. But overall, I really like this one. So let's go ahead and take a look. So you can see it's almost completely pulled out here. There's just a little bit to go on the side there. I think I lit this candle about 15 minutes ago, so it is pulling out very quickly. This would be a great one, to light after work if maybe you don't have a lot of time to sit around waiting for candles to fully pull out. This one does start to pool out very quickly, and thus starts giving you that fragrance output fairly quickly as well. So yeah, no complaints. Like I said, I'm really liking this one, and I wish I would have bought another one. It's actually showing out of stock at all of the stores in my area already, so it seems to be a popular one. Fingers crossed it comes back next holiday season. Let me know if you have any questions about this one. I really appreciate you being here. I'll go ahead and put a link to it in the description box down below. Also, if you missed my in-depth review of Winter, again, you can find that link down there. I will have one more in-depth review coming up a little bit later on today. It will feature a Kringle Reserve fragrance from the Winter collection. So if you're interested, that will go live a little bit later on this evening. I appreciate you being here. Again, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.